Oh my goodness, Magicians is back. Season 3, Episode 1, The Tale of the Seven Keys. Is magic really gone? Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I love I don't know what this new business is. I'm not about it. But this Justin Timberlake,
Yes.
I'm above that.
So, you guys should remember this because this is in the episode. But yeah.
You are best hit thrust,
Yeah,
guys.
like,
Very exactly.
well, in the chairs. Oh, we got the party lights. Oh my gosh, you guys. You know you're in good hands. This is a Magicians After Show, Season 3, Episode 1. My name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's Karidlane. And I'm joined by my awesome hosts.
I'm sorry, guys. This song.
You're like,
gotta
I'm
get
just
it.
I'm
screwing.
Joelle Monique. You can find me all over the internet at Joelle Monique, every week at blackgirlnerds.com, and right now in the chat.
Yay!
There you go. My name is Ty Matthews, y'all. Y'all can find me on all forms of social media at Ty Matthews PMA.
You should follow him. It's great.
So happy to be here.
And we are super happy to be back. Adrian will be back with us next week.
Yes.
And yeah, if you're watching this live, feel free to join us in the chat. And if not, comment down below. We want to know your thoughts on the episode. We're super fans just like you, so we want to know your thoughts.
Hit us up in the iTunes. Give us the 5 stars. We listen, we watch,
Yes.
we read. Yes.
And 1 through 4 doesn't work, so you gotta give it a 5 on iTunes.
Exactly.
You
It's
know,
just broken.
Yeah. So, initial thoughts on being back.
So
How was
happy
it?
to be here, guys.
Yeah.
How was that episode?
I didn't realize how much I missed the show. It had been
Right?
so long.
I mean, the adult humor mixed with like all my fantasy necessities, with so many of my favorite characters and people, like, and coming like right out of the winter drought of shows, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, it's just so refreshing. Like, I really needed it.
Yeah. 100%. The writing on this show was so good. I'm like, I forgot how good it is.
Love them.
Humor, spot on, hilarious, and just like, we need more. We need more. So, did you have any other comments on the...
No, we'll get to all of
All
our
right.
favorite parts. I'm
Sweet.
trying to contain myself.
Oh, okay, nice. So we start out at the very beginning. We got Q and Julia. They're testing kind of powers. What can they do? Is it because of Renard, or is it other gods, or a fluke? Any thoughts?
Look, I said it on Twitter. I'll say it again. Jules nearly killed herself trying to learn magic in the first place. Like, it does not surprise me that Jules is left over. She's the only person who wouldn't have killed her rapist. Like, she was with enough grace and dignity to be like, you get to live because of your mother. I would be disappointed if it was because of Reynard or because of the mother. I think this is pure essence of Jules. Jules is just this good of a magician.
I dig it. And
So it's kind of neither of their sort of stances.
Yeah.
It's neither because of Renard nor is it the smudge that Julia is kind of like positing.
do you have any thoughts?
No, I think that's about right. I think that it's you can't contain it, you know? Like it all started with her basically, and it's gonna keep on continuing that thread.
Yeah. Leave comments down below. What do you all think? I think you make a great point, Joel, of it was how hard she worked for magic before, that it makes sense that she would be the one who's like just a little bit something there. Because it's like her being. But it is for all of them too, in a way. All right, so we got Penny nice and chained up at the beginning and coming back to get a book. So he's still working for the library. And
But looking good, much better than last season.
He has
like
a
the
nice
suit.
suit.
Oh, the librarian
Wow.
get-up works
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I do like his like boho look though.
Oh,
But
of
the
course.
suit's nice.
I just
Change it up.
yeah, definitely. Because now he's still got the Bohemian spirit, but now, you know, like Ty Matthews.
He's the
Bohemian internally, but, you know,
Nice.
gentleman
Oh.
outside.
Oh no, it's the he has a boho all the time. So when he wears a suit, you go,
It's classic.
yeah. I understood it as the guy who he was talking to. We didn't really get a name, right?
No.
I didn't really catch a name.
No.
He made it sound like Mayakovsky did this. Yes, it made it sound
That's
like
what the guy.
Mayakovsky's
So
at
what?
fault.
Yeah. Well, I
It's
think
hard to understand.
I think that's what he was saying is that Mayakovsky built a couple of apocalypse-proof batteries.
Okay.
And then screwed everyone else so that he could be the only one that has magic.
There we go.
So however that worked, basically.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Then we continue with Penny and Katie. All their beautiful and complicated romance.
Helena needs a hug, says, dying of super cancer, but dang, he looks good.
I mean, right? Only actively dying when he's on Earth.
Yeah.
At the very least, when he's in the library, time stop.
But he risks it for love, proving once and for all Penny is a true romantic.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I didn't care about dying. Quickie in the car, maybe?
Right.
What's happening?
And she's like,
You're
no,
thinking with the wrong
please.
head, sir. Like, I would like to love you forever, so you have to go hide somewhere in a place where time doesn't work.
Exactly.
Oh, that's poor guy. Hopefully we'll figure something out to save him. Because jumping ahead with Katie, I'm aware it was that. Yes. So then I totally blanked on her name. The other magician woman.
Which one? The one that meets with
deaf
Henry?
woman.
Oh, the one. Oh, Marley Matley. Yeah.
I'm like,
dang it!
sorry,
I was gonna.
guys, I forgot her name and I didn't get time to look it
gonna
up.
look that up
Chat,
before
if you
we
want to
went
be our
live.
heroes, save us. We're terrible
What's her
hosts.
name, please?
I forgot her name.
I was completely gonna look it up.
But she
too.
was great.
So good.
Hmm.
But she brings that book that's like, it's all right, you just need some magic. And it's like, okay.
Right.
Sure.
She tells Katie that, you really think that nobody saw this coming? You
Right.
know, like that all magic is gone?
point.
That made me so excited because I was like, we know there are geniuses of magic. We've seen geniuses of magic.
Sure.
And on top of that, like to entrust the book to Katie, who is kind of a loner and may not follow through with it. I'd be
Right.
afraid if I was handing the book to Katie. I'd be like, I don't even know if this is really going to get done.
Right,
like,
right.
Yeah.
please find your friends. Make this work.
Yes. Jump over Fillory. We get Pickwick is back as well.
I miss Tick.
Tick.
Tick's the best.
They have no funds.
All the funds have
and
dried up.
The super funny essence, essentially, of Elliot seeing the fairies and nobody else can really see them.
Oh, boy.
And Margot, yeah, awkward. Like, how do you? I am glad though that he does kind of quickly later be like, okay, dude, this is what's going on. Because those movies where it's like, here, I'm not gonna tell you something forever.
Yeah, you can't keep him in the dark for more than
tell
an
him.
episode.
The
yeah.
Magicians is not about those kinds of tropes. They're like, oh no, we're gonna tell you, and then we're gonna smack you in the face with something you did not see coming.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Which, speaking of did not see coming, Fen, okay, so she's definitely cray-cray without having the baby.
Sure.
Which is sad.
Sure.
There was a shot of her foot.
That
It was
that
weird.
was it wood? Was
It
it
looked
wood?
like it was
It looked like it was
wood.
wood, right?
Was this a thing of old?
And it
Did
looked like she was cradling a log.
Yes.
Very Twin Peaks.
Wait, didn't they cut her toes off last season?
Man.
Wasn't that a thing that happened to her? Wasn't she tortured last season? Am I remembering this correctly, or am I a crazy
Leave
person?
comments
I mean,
down below, and if
you
you're
might be
live
right.
chat,
We
because
We
that's
might need to
Are
rewatch last season. Like,
ill-prepared.
we watched last season because we recapped it here. But I really feel like at one point her
It's
toes
been a
were in
minute.
jeopardy. I don't remember.
feel like you might be right.
maybe because that shot was super weird. That I was like, what is that? But that makes sense if that happened.
Right.
Okay.
Andrew
yes.
Fedge says Meryl's name in the show is Harriet, according
Thank
to
you.
IMDb.
There we go. There
so
we go.
thank you, Andrew. You're great. And I'm right. She did lost her fingers to get out of the fairy plane. No, they cut her toes to bring her back.
There you go.
There it is.
There you go.
Thank you.
I
Very much.
remember.
All good.
Thank
You're
you.
a savior.
All of you guys are beautiful. Thank you, Carmen Cortez, Amelia J. Yeah.
And the
Reggie,
creepy.
909.
Who wants to go pick out earthworms out of the earth? And
Oh,
female
man.
hands. Sorry, Ty, you can't do it.
Right, exactly.
This is like classic. What I like here now, we're starting to get some cool classic fairy tale elements,
Yes.
which is fun. This is from the Grimm's Fairy Tales Cinderella, I believe. When she wants to go to the ball, instead of them being like, "Oh, sure, you can go," and then ripping up her dress like we see in the Disney thing, I believe it's a pot of lentils that she pours into the ash, and she's like, "If you can pick out all of these lentils, you can go to the ball."
Okay.
Yeah. So she's dirty
Yeah.
by the end of it, and she can't go. So I think that was essentially this: like, go get yourself dirty, subjugate yourself. What a bitch!
Right. Right.
That very
Sure.
quaint.
I really
I do
want Margot
like-
to stab her in the eye.
I love that she actually used the words "collect them all."
Yes.
I missed it. Yeah.
I don't think I noticed that here. Oh, good catch.
It didn't hit me like that. That's hilarious. It was too dry for me.
Do we like this as a villain, like good to hate?
Oh, frick yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
especially because she has this like, not only an air of superiority, but that like super tight like bitch face that
Oh,
like
sure.
doesn't really move, and her lips are all like thin and pursed all the time, and like everything about her is like, I hate you.
and she's so kind of arrogant in everything that she does. It's like
Yes.
she's playing with a worm on a hook, you know? Like,
yeah.
do this. Sure, just because I say so.
yeah, I'm just bored,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
I deign it to be your hands. Go
Right.
kick
Yep.
my worms. Ugh.
Yes. So back to the library when we jump with Penny back there. The broken planet thing?
What?
I was wondering about that.
It
I
looked
was
like a
wondering about that.
detached eye.
I'm like,
Right.
are we watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
It made me feel like a god was watching them.
Okay.
Now, I don't know
But
if it's
is that, what is that? Is that Earth? Is that the library? Is that a planet?
Or is it Fillory? Because we know Fillory is kind of like
Okay.
a separate space. It's broken. Its gods are gone.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Any thoughts? Leave your comments down below.
Theories?
Yeah, because that was so weird. Of like, what are we looking at right now? I assume it should be connected to the library because we see the outside and then we go inside. Very classic, like 90s. Like, here's the place, and then we go inside.
Very
So,
good. Yeah, it's establishing shot.
Then we hop over. We have Dean Fogg, and this name is so nice because they're like, said it. And I'm like, oh, name, good. Irene McAllister.
Yep.
Irene, I love her.
And damn, the board wants to shut down Fillory or make them all search for magic.
Well, shut down break bills.
Break bills.
Yeah.
We just talk about how stupid
Sorry,
that
yeah.
idea is. The idea of being like in the same breath saying we want magic back, but we're willing to sacrifice the school that could keep that magic intact.
Right.
You could have 1,000 students studying how to bring magic back, or you could be off on a one-off adventure of a maybe.
Right.
Lord,
Right.
y'all are really losing your minds without magic. Like, everyone needs to take a seat. I also really appreciate that the game is rigged. It's not your fault you're broke. Magic is stacked against you. They're running the trades and businesses and giant corporations.
Oh, they're
so
like,
we're all
yeah,
screwed.
that's my stock too.
Right.
That was fun. Speaking of fun, we get Q and Julia. They're like, okay, we need to go talk to a god. And of course, Josh knows where to party. Takes them to Bacchus. How fun was that?
Bacchus is the best god we've had on this show, and I don't want to hear arguments
No,
about it.
you're absolutely right. Don't add us.
was so
that's
entertaining.
100% fact. These scenes were my absolute favorites of the whole episode.
Oh, yeah?
For sure. Yeah.
We'll get to it later, but my favorite moment happens later. But it felt like a college party, and so I'm like, I've prayed to
Right?
Bacchus before. I didn't know, but I'm a Bacchus
totally
follower.
makes sense.
I've been
Yeah.
to this party. I know it. It's great. I also love Q right before we get into the Bacchus scene, just being like, she's like, so you want to talk to like a benevolent god and be like, what? Like, just, hey,
It's cool.
you're 1,000 times smarter than me, but like, I'm a human and I would like my magic back. And Q's like, I just thought it couldn't hurt to ask. And I'm like, this is why I love you.
But in his defense, I mean, Josh tracks Bacchus down via Instagram, so.
Oh, and that totally makes sense too. I love
Yeah.
that because you go, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If he,
That's
that's
where
how
we
his
find the party.
followers find him and worship him.
Literally followers, yeah.
It totally makes sense. There was actually they tap into that in American gods as well. That the
Sure do.
modern gods are worshipped via more modern technology because your like literally your form of worship of spending time on your phone is more than like you go slaughter a lamb because how often does that happen? But you sit on your phone. So I'm like, oh yes,
I like it.
on the pulse. We like it.
Yeah.
And then they can't get in the party because they're too boring.
They have to come back on their fun.
We get drunk. We have
Yes,
the party.
the staircase was so good, and then when they take forever to get to the point, because Q, get to your point faster. Bacchus
Right.
making fun of him was one of my favorite parts. He's like, just say your point, dude. And then we get the drug memory though, like where he gets his acid trip or something, and
Right.
then Alice, I can't study dead magic. Bye.
Right. Deuces.
Aw. We
See
have
ya.
something
Okay,
to chat.
Andrew Fedge, who's quickly becoming one of my favorite people ever,
Sure.
said maybe the Earth thing we were talking about before
Yes.
is the Nether Realms.
Okay.
Actually,
yeah.
God anchored down somewhere with the loss of magic, and it just happens to be a planet thing sucked into a black hole. Good thing time
Okay.
stopped there. That makes sense.
I'll take it.
Okay,
I like it.
that could work.
Points.
Then we have Elliot and Margot with the Fae, and then just the scary ordering them around. And go Abigail the Sloth, being
Oh,
so
I love
useful.
Abigail.
I was scared for a second that Abigail was the one who
Me
was telling.
too!
Well, because
I was
they're
like,
like,
oh,
oh, there's a spy or something, and they cut
they
to a
cut
shot
to
of her. I'm like,
Abigail.
no! Abigail's my favorite. But it would also make sense that Abigail would be the one to betray them to be like, I'm not fucking with the fairies.
Right.
Like, I have to protect myself.
The relationship between Rafe and
That's
Abigail
so
is
funny.
still one of my absolute favorites on the show.
I like they build upon it more too, so we get more to it. It's like, by the way, there's a special corridor y'all can go to.
Oh my
and
gosh,
it's,
yeah, Rafe.
dangerous. Another thing, that conversation was
The
great.
fairies are definitely
Especially because
allergic
you
to.
get it about a sentence and a half in. You're like, oh, great, there's a place where the fairies can't go.
Yes.
And the more he talks, the more it's like, this is no longer coded, sir. Like, stop while you're ahead.
It's super
We're
text
good.
now.
We got it.
It's
Yeah.
no longer subtext. It's super text.
Yeah. But they did want to try to reach out to Lorien, but the fairy crackdown of like, yeah, everything on our species been removed. Shit.
Yeah, she pretty much knows immediately.
She knows.
She
She's
definitely
like,
had her Snoke moment of like, I am all powerful. Don't F with me. It's like, oh, cute. Who are you writing a letter to, though?
Snoke moment.
yeah,
so
she's like,
great.
what?
But yeah, you go ahead and write that letter, sir. He don't have the books either. I was like, damn, this bitch is good.
Yep.
But moment of cute humor, Margot's like, well, at least you can see him naked. It'll cheer you up. And Elliot's like, I'm not that shallow. Oh, okay, maybe I am. We have Julia and Josh. Oh, yeah, their real talk was interesting.
Ooh,
that real
yeah.
talk scene there and how their sense of belonging is, like, tied to being a magician. And so they have, like, how Josh feels so lost.
Guys, I know
Right.
I'm an awful human being, and every time a male and female talk to each other, or any two human beings talk to each other, doesn't mean you have to ship them, but
Don't
oh
say
my
it.
god.
Oh, Josh and Julia.
Here's why.
Okay.
Here's why. I'm
Okay.
gonna back this up. Josh is always, I know he's not about it, but Josh is like a solid partier, and this is the first moment we get of like, oh, Josh is like really connected to the thing around him,
Okay.
but his like love language is like people. Like he's like, I need to be surrounded by people, I love the audience and talking, and all that's kind of gone for him now. While on the other hand, Julia is like been deeply suffering and been isolated for so long. I'm not gonna like, they're not my like OTP. Like I wouldn't want them to last forever. But if they were like just hanging out like just for 6 weeks, like, you know, just making each other have fun and like having these deep conversations and like
So being friends. You're describing friendship.
but also in love, because that's how things work. Ty, damn it, don't ruin this for me. Come on.
I did love that this was like, I mean, we saw Josh's role kind of expand in season 2
Yes.
to be sort of part of the group, but this was, I thought this was kind of the first time that he sort of transcended being the comic relief, you know,
Yeah.
and that he actually had this deeper meaning and this purpose that was tied to magic. It wasn't just party tricks for him; it was actually being someone, doing something meaningful.
Although, best line of the episode by far is I fucked a werewolf.
Yeah.
That was so good. Oh my gosh.
my God,
I gotta say, this episode being uncensored helped so much.
So much.
Yeah, wait, we watched this, but this was recorded off TV, though,
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah.
Sci-Fi doesn't care anymore because
Yeah.
they're the best. They're like,
I
oh,
hope-
Netflix,
Thank you,
we got you.
Syfy.
I hope that wasn't just for this episode because it legitimately helps more than I thought it would.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is nice to have like that moment of kind of essentially exposition of like getting Josh to be character development, but it felt like a normal real conversation. Like the party's lulling out a little bit, and they're, you know, you sit with somebody and then you're kind of like, you know, so I want to tell you things, and that,
Right.
that was just nice to have those characters bond. I don't know if I ship.
Okay, I will go down with the ship alone. Just me,
Whatever,
myself,
like
and I.
the temporary version of a ship.
Why don't we?
A raft?
I wrapped them.
Oh my god.
Well, you have Q cock blocking it because he's like, "Don't show magic," and freaks
Although,
out.
Right.
this is one of the first times where I'm like, everyone listen to Q.
Sure.
Q is usually so wrong, but here I'm like, you don't know what kind of dark forces are out
Well,
there.
and that's the thing. As benign as these like smoke stars are that she blows, like he's right. You don't know. That's the only magic that humans can use right now. So you don't know what
You
that
are
And
like.
witches could be cray cray out there and want to like take you down and like
We literally
don't
have
know
no idea
anything
what's
could be out
going
there.
on.
Yes.
Let's take a second.
yeah. Back to Margot and Elliot. We learn that Margot's eye, is like the spy essentially. The bracelet of the fairy. It's Margot's other eye.
I thought about that.
Wait, you didn't know?
No, I'm like catching up on that. I'm like, oh, that was the reveal of the bracelet.
Yes.
I got it. Okay, multiple
Well,
parts
because
of
then
that.
he tells her, okay, so because that's but it's kind of hard to follow. So actually, this was my favorite scene of the whole episode, was the reference and callbacks to shows.
Oh
and
my
coded
god, this
language.
conversation was so
So good.
good.
If they don't win an Emmy for this episode, I'm done with TV. Like, oh, so good.
And like how the subtitles were what they really meant,
Right,
and
right.
then but you can still kind of go, I get it.
No, because they know nerds watch this show.
Yes.
Like on the off chance that you watch the show and you're not a nerd, they were like, here's like some
Little
helping
more help.
guidelines. But for every
Without
nerd, we were like, ah!
Without spoiling things though too, because they're like Battlestar Galactica, because she's and
Oh,
they
right.
stop, and I was like,
Right.
oh.
It's working on like 18 different levels
Yeah.
of success. It was
Well, and it's also it at the same time it's working on those different levels. It's telling us about, you know, what we need to know and what their plan's going to be, but it also tells us a lot about them and more about their friendship and their relationship.
wiki, I
and the
didn't
fact
read
that you read the wiki and the fact that he didn't get through the Game of Thrones book.
Harry Potter, he's like, ah.
Our
well,
Harry,
and was
yeah.
anyone else shocked that Margot had watched Battlestar Galactica?
I was a little bit surprised.
I was like, really,
I wouldn't have
But
pegged her.
she's read all of Game of Thrones and all of Harry Potter.
Amazing.
Well, she's into fantasy, so we can.
She's a secret nerd. Yeah.
I think they all are, and that's why they bond so well.
Exactly.
Even Penny, who wouldn't admit it. Which, actually, funny thing, jumping ahead with that, but I was like, oh my goodness. Someone on Twitter, and I'm so sorry for forgetting your name, but someone was joking to have Q sing again, and I was like, Q sings in the opening episode.
Oh, that's right.
When he sings to Bacchus. I mean, no, it's not a full musical number, but I love that he's singing it.
I like when they were like, Buffy, the musical one? No.
Yes, the other one.
I was like, now we're gonna song? No, okay, calm down.
Yes.
It's gonna come.
But then, yeah, Bacchus is totally not having it, but that is that moment at the party where everyone's like, a little tired. It's so funny that Bacchus would be all serious. And then the parents, mentioning the parents and the old gods and his kind of thing of like, I haven't talked to them.
Of course, his parents are estranged. Of course, he's like this deadbeat party kid turned god that like hasn't talked to them in millennia.
And there seemed to be some tension there. Yeah, for sure.
Of course.
We got some good comments.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
We have great we have great comments. People talking about whether they've seen the episodes or not. Somebody said that when they mentioned Buffy, they got super excited. Someone has to watch all of the things, which, I mean, look, I envy you. If you need to watch everything they reference, you're going to have a great freaking time.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
all good stuff.
You need to catch up. It's all amazing.
Everything from X-Men to Marsden.
It just transitioned so well, too. Like, it was a conversation that totally flowed. Like, shout out to the writers. So entertaining.
These characters are, so well written, like Elliot and Margot especially.
And, like, I could imagine real nerd people, like...
Well, and it's so
we
many
all
references.
talking code. Come on, guys.
Exactly.
And not only that, but it's so many references in such a short span.
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes and
it's
boom,
so
boom,
dense.
boom.
Like, I fully intend to watch that moment multiple times because it was just, it's really great.
No, for sure.
But then we learn about possibly Prometheus and that the secret back door to magic. What does that mean?
Keys, you know I'm getting into it. I want a necklace with all of the key designs.
Of course.
Then we have Elliot when he. So I love the finding the great cock of the Darkling Wood.
This character,
And yay for dick jokes.
Incredible. Oh, yeah, I've beheld one
It
or
was
two.
so funny.
This
He's
guy
like-
was so good.
Oh, yeah.
And just like the perfect non-human foil for Elliot, like the picnic that he rolls out.
He's like, I like your style.
Exactly.
He's like, well, if we're gonna have a conversation, may as well, not have it and shit.
Right.
I really want to see the cock and his sister like interact.
I want to see them
Yeah.
together.
I've never
yeah.
seen two siblings that far apart from each other.
No, you're absolutely
What are
right.
family reunions like? Messy, I imagine.
Yes. Well, then, he points out Winter's Doe is his sister. Because I was like, I don't remember. They just called her, like, the White Fawn and stuff. So it's like her more specific name.
Yeah.
Super random and nerdy, dorky thing. So watching this, and I'm no expert by any means, but I noticed, I don't know if any of y'all have done archery before. From watching it looks like Elliot is left eye dominant, which is kind of cool because that's how I shoot.
Interesting.
So there's a difference because you could be right-handed or left-handed, but it's which eye is dominant with actually how you hold it.
Oh.
It feels a little backwards because I'm right-handed, but you do it with your left so that you have to do it this way. Otherwise, it's that way. You guys want to know how you find out? So
Boy.
you guys do this too. You make a triangle with your hands, put it out in front of you, and there has to be some sort of object you're looking at. Now, no, keep both eyes open. Bring the triangle back to your face. Which side did it go to?
Wait, what side did it go
I think
to?
my left.
And then that'd be your left eye would be dominant.
Oh, interesting.
It's center. When I shoot
I
guns,
dig it.
I shoot
Then if
both
you do
eyes
both,
open.
there you go.
I dig it.
Weird.
So weird random thing for you guys to try.
There you go.
That scene was amazing. It was so funny. And then we are going to go on an epic quest and calling out all the people. But the artist, I'm with Elliot. I'm like, who's the artist?
Oh, the torture
torture-
artist.
tortured artist.
The
torture
torture artist.
artist.
Torture. Oh.
I was like,
Very different.
there's
What
some-
a
Yes.
difference a letter makes.
Yes.
Because, like, I really wish I had written them down, but I wasn't prepared for this moment. But, okay, so the warriors gotta be Katie.
Katie.
Yeah.
Right? The Traveler's obviously Penny.
Destroyer of, I was like, Margot's a destroyer.
The one-eyed destroyer.
Yeah,
Yeah. The God touched is Jules.
Yeah.
The fool is Q.
Yeah.
The lover of
Tomatoes
tomatoes.
is obviously
Yeah,
Josh.
that was adorable.
I feel like we're out of people.
And then I'm
Is
like,
it Alice?
I think we all kind of just. discarded her because it's like, well, she's not really
Right.
participating,
Right.
so
Yeah, it didn't even. But now, oh god, Alice is
So
going
the
down.
torture artist.
And skipping just a little bit ahead at our one scene with Alice,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of makes
Oh,
like
yeah,
Alice
that
is
scene.
going in a really dark
Yes.
space.
Oh,
There we
yeah.
go. Thank you. I totally forgot
From
about that.
letting vampires feed off of her.
Just to get info.
right.
And the warning for the lamprey.
Yeah, which apparently she's messing with the wrong person, but she doesn't. She's like in a diner just eating her 3 strips of
Just loves that bacon.
extra burnt bacon.
Loves that bacon.
Yeah, I think we might get darker Alice.
It's gonna get rough. It's
Like-
gonna get. Season 2 Alice was already dark. This is gonna get rough.
Season 2, Alice was bereft of feeling. She had nothing.
There you go.
I feel like this could be Alice full of all those emotions with just as much evil connotation to
Yes.
her actions.
There you go.
I'm looking forward to it.
And then something I forgot to cover, but I'm like, it was so funny, is the bunny messengers.
Oh man,
I need them.
their weird little voices. So unpleasant.
Send help.
Love Elliot.
Love it. And then, but they get the book, so they find the Book of the 7 Keys.
In
but
New
then,
Jersey.
Chester,
what did
New
we
Jersey.
get from last season that was also in Jersey?
Gosh.
Oh, the being that they needed to capture because he was warded off magic. He hid their magic. The big, ugly, like baby thing that was in the basement.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was also in Jersey. I'm like,
Ugh.
why is everything magical in Jersey? It's
Yuck.
so weird.
Yucks
it's
a million.
conveniently close.
It is
For their
conveniently
New York.
close.
Yeah, you know.
But they got to go to this after island, but Rafe was like,
That's where that first key is. Yeah.
Lots of kings
Dangerous.
died
They
out
drown.
there. But at this point, like, God, what other options do you have? Like,
You gotta do
I
it.
also
Right.
would not be afraid of the sea. I'm like, freaking bring it on. Like, magical curse sea where kings die. That's got to be easier than whatever's happening back there.
Yeah.
Got to do it. Yeah. Any other thoughts on the episode? Is
So
there anything we didn't get to?
Let me see.
Ooh, the blank book.
Oh yes, the
Well, the book. So
the
what
book
do
that they
the-
found at the public library of
Yes.
Chester, New Jersey. It's not only blank, but it's got these like accordion pages that fold
I was like, so
out.
is that a map?
Right? That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Just a pinup. It's
To be playing with. Yeah.
Just deal with it.
Yes.
Yeah, no, very interesting. I wonder if it's, a spell-based thing. If
Sure.
it's, since it's magic, it's probably more maybe an alchemy chemistry thing.
Yeah.
Of like the ink disappearing, maybe, we don't know.
Right.
We've seen a lot of stuff with this in Fillory, or in Break Bills last season with them having to go through the library and look. They couldn't use their magic to pull the books. And, but I don't know if we've ever had a blank book without an author. I'm surprised no one was like, Penny!
Right.
Librarian! I thought that's where
Oh,
we were
right.
going to go right away. And I was like, oh, okay, so we have
But
options
we
here.
don't know that even Q and Julie have been talking with him much.
That is also true.
Mm.
So they need to find Katie and be like, then go to Penny and do
There
that.
you go. Yeah.
Maybe that will be starting to bring them together as well.
It looks like they're on the boat by next episode, so that's going to happen.
Yeah, so
right
they get
away.
together real fast.
Yeah.
Something I thought though with the book, I liked that they right away, Julia goes, they're blank pages. Because how many other things do that where they're like, it's blank for you? I see it.
Right.
So they establish right away Julia can't see it either. It's
Yeah.
not just Quentin. Because I was wondering with like her little bit of magic, could she see
If she
something
could see maybe
different?
a little
Yes.
bit. Yeah.
But they have the beginning of the pages, and do you think with his farming, I was thinking it was like a video game, and I mean, I guess other things do it too. But as they progress, that's when we'll start seeing more pages.
As they go through their journey.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
as you go through the questing, like
That
farming in
feels like a
games when you
video
got to
game.
do
I
stuff for a
see.
while and then you see something. Yeah,
Totally.
So that was my thought.
They sure did.
Yep. Well, that was the map too. They're like, yeah, the only one person who can see it. Yeah.
Exactly. And then we after Alice is being fed on, she gets this sort of alarm from the vampire guy.
So a
that's
cell
feeding on
phone?
her.
I thought it was a cell phone.
I wasn't
thing?
entirely. Well, whatever it was,
He's all, "Get one
He
and
showed
keep
her
it
on
with you."
a cell phone. Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay. I
I'm
didn't
still-
I couldn't tell what he was doing.
No, I was a little bit cloudy on that particular scene.
Okay.
Oh,
And we just got
yes.
more bacon.
okay. We have a lot of really cool things.
Yes.
Okay. So, what if Lady and Cock represent the seasons? Her winter, him
he's like
spring. So maybe they have two other siblings for fall and
Ooh,
summer.
Yes, please.
We also have.
That was before we move on. That was a fun little meta joke when Elliot asks how long a quest lasts. Oh, about a season.
yes. Ayo. What?
Reggie90998 says maybe it's kind of like the books written about you in the library, where you cannot read your own book in the library.
Okay.
Maybe this is about their
No,
quest.
I thought you can read your book.
You're just not
They're
supposed
not
to.
supposed to.
No, I think there's something about like.
I thought you could get your book and like They just recommend you not doing it because she goes, people shouldn't read them because they don't like the ending.
What is the thing with the blank pages? There was something with blank pages last season in someone's book. Was it?
Oh, who had? No, it was somebody.
That's
Yeah,
Penny's
somebody's
book,
book
right?
had the end was blank.
Yeah, Penny's just had blank pages, I think.
It was at the. I thought it was at the end though, because it just stops, and because that's like the possibly the end of the world,
Yeah.
or him dying.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll go
But
back to that.
I don't. Any other thoughts before we go to predictions? Or any other comments on there before we do predictions?
401 Felix says, also last season in the alternative dimension, we learned Julia was a knowledge student, so she naturally looks for magic.
Yep.
Totally.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, the last 20 pages of everyone's book were blank because the magic went
Thank
out.
you.
Thank you,
Yep.
Andrew Fedge. I thought there was one more. Sorry, guys, hold on. Oh, super important. 401 Felix said, did anyone notice Penny hinted that travelers weren't human?
I did.
Yes,
That was great.
I was like, wait a minute, what does that mean?
That they can.
and
that
the
they
fact
can
that
look
he
human.
still has his magic.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Lots of questions.
Right. We'll see.
yeah, it's like, wait, what does that mean? We don't know yet. All right, cool. Shall we do predictions?
Let's get it.
I knew you'd be so excited. You're like,
Now,
yay!
your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
There we go. Missed that theremin.
I really hope Penny doesn't die. / I don't
It's
think he's gonna
be
die.
so hard.
Look, if they kill Penny off,
Be like, no.
I'm personally
No.
gonna find the writer's room and have
No
like a long
way.
sit down. Like, you have to explain to me why this death was necessary.
Yes.
First of all, I just love Arjun Gupta. Like,
Yeah.
he's just one of those like actors who really gets involved with the fans, and I think that's super sweet.
Of course.
Also,
He was our very first guest. He's got a special
Yes,
place in our hearts.
Also, like if Penny's not there as the traveler, like what is this group like? This is not a good D&D campaign anymore.
No.
Right.
You really need your traveler with you. He's the one who's going to be helping you out. My prediction somewhere very soon, Q is going to mess everything up.
Oh,
But
no,
this-
please, no, not
Of
again.
This is what Q does every season.
Yes.
And while we've seen
Maybe
a
he'll
little
grow.
We've seen
Maybe.
a little bit of growth from Q
Yeah.
so far. We've seen him forgive friends. We've seen him kind of get over himself and out of his own way, but he's still got that strong streak of naive hope that you need, obviously, for the group because no one else has it. But also, it's the thing that always gets them in trouble. And I'm like, I'm concerned. I don't know how long this like positive, like good vibe Q is going to be working.
Right.
I don't know. I think he also has a semi-depressed state right now. Like when he's going to ask the questions to Bacchus, he really has that like, I need to know my answers.
Right. And that's why Bacchus hates him so much.
Yeah, he's like,
he
"Go
calls him a
away."
vibe killer. Yeah.
No, I'm a vibe supporter. That's not
Yeah.
how vibe
No.
people
Don't
talk.
know.
See,
doesn't work.
just by you saying that.
You killed
You're like,
it.
no.
Not really.
But he does have that naive optimism of always a hope. And then even they were like, wait, how do we solve this problem? What would Q do, essentially?
They did do that. Oh, I don't know.
So
I'm
see?
just worried. Prediction: Margot is going to snap. We have never seen Margot take this much like BS from anybody before.
Right.
Oh, I want her to kill the Fairy Queen.
Oh, she's got.
Oh,
this.
absolutely.
I want her to take the Fairy Queen's eye. I just feel like an eye for an eye. It's just right there, and I need
Yeah.
So damn
it.
literal.
Also, her eye seems to be, although, like, woman was just touching it. Like,
Yeah.
that part really bothered me.
For some reason, yeah, I
Could-
didn't realize her actually possessing the eye, but that was hard for me to watch.
Do we think that via magic Margot could get her eye back? If
Yes.
they
I
get
think
it
so.
back.
I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Though she does rock an eye
It's
patch.
so
does.
perfectly. She does. She absolutely does. It's so perfectly intact, though. It's Chekhov's eyeball. I think by the end of the season, we're going to see it back inside her skull.
Sure. That's
Yeah.
a good prediction.
Yeah, there you
Totally.
go.
Do you have any other predictions?
I think we're definitely going to see Josh evolve a lot more over
Mm-hmm.
the course of the season. I think he's somehow going to be integral in something at some point. It's hard to say right now, but he's got such a close bond with magic that that's got to come to fruition at some point.
Someone in the chat was saying that he's definitely a member of the party now.
Yes, he's
But-
not just a sidekick.
Sure.
I have a feeling that as they begin their quest, Josh becomes like king or emperor of a far off land. And winds up
Interesting.
it.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
in his whole like kind of speech there, he's talking about how he used to have power and he was really somebody.
a vampire-
Also,
or a werewolf.
fools make really great kings typically in these kinds of stories.
Right.
I just feel like that's where Josh is going. He'll go off somewhere and like some hot chick will distract him and he'll be like, yes, this is where
I'm
I
gonna
live now.
stay there. Yeah, but he'll probably be happy.
Oh no, Josh is definitely gonna
Josh
end
will
up
Yeah, he's
always
fine.
be happy.
Yeah, let's
He's
find
so
something.
he's so kind of jubilant and so positive that like whatever happens to him, he'll be down with it.
Even his depressive state in this episode was so sweet. You're like,
Right.
oh, Josh.
Right.
Yeah,
It's gonna
you're
be
not
okay.
like,
Take another
ooh.
hit of that bong. You're gonna perk right back up. Don't worry about it, boo.
Right.
I want to see more Margot and Julia together. Even though Julia has her shade back, I would like to see that of them being badasses
Sure.
together. Because
That would
we
be
had a
really cool.
little bit of that before, and it's like, all right, come on.
I really, really like Katie and Margot together.
Yes.
Those guys kick so much butt, and I wouldn't mind seeing like a lady quest, like a lady
Sure.
side quest.
Maybe
where
they
they're
have
being
one.
warriors and stuff, and the guys are back, like I don't know, having a formal tea party they gotta navigate. I'd like to see some of those things happening.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
imagine Q in like giant puffy sleeves and things.
Well, it
just,
would be
like,
funny
pastel-y
that maybe
colors.
that's their quest. They gotta do something totally like what
Completely
they're not
mundane.
expecting. Yeah, and mundane, and then the girls have to do something all epic.
Guys, can we talk
Who
about how
knows?
freaking sweet this boat looks?
It
Oh my
does look
god.
pretty good.
That is it the
Skeleton
the
thing?
mast? Is that what it's called out on the front? Holy
Remember?
crap.
Yeah.
That thing's wild. This thing
Yeah.
looks like Shang Tsung's boat from Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
Y'all seen
talk
that
about nerd
1995 classic.
recalls. Yes.
Yeah, that boat looks pretty awesome. Actually, I was able to interview the cast at Comic-Con, so go check those out on AfterBuzz's
There you
interview
go.
channel thing. I kind of joked with Summer for Margot. I'm like, so we get that bikini back, and then it's like, well, they'll be on a boat, and she's like, I can see Margot lounging.
Of course.
So I don't think that in all seriousness, but it'd be kind of funny of them, like, you know, what they will do on the boat and how
Right.
they'll pass the time.
It would not be out of
That'd
the
be
question.
entertaining.
Yeah,
There you go.
there's Shang Tsung's boat. Can we throw that up for the viewers? Are they saying that right now?
Fun throwback.
That was
Yeah.
amazing.
That works. That's
All
close
right.
enough.
Any other final comments from the chat before we wrap it up?
Okay, Leo, I'm going to end it with Leo's prediction because it's great. Leo thinks the book remains blank because there's no author, and Q becomes the author of the book detailing their quest.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I like
love
that. That sounds
All right.
fantastic.
All right,
Very
Leo.
nice.
All
I'll see
right.
you.
Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Joining us in the live chat. It makes it so much more filled out and just entertaining. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You
all.
have-
It's a big interactive
wait, it's
party.
our questing party.
There you
So
go.
get your questing bitch face
Be
on, right?
part of
Yes.
our party. Hashtag questing bitch face all season long.
questing bitch face. Where can they find your lovely selves?
Y'all can find me once again on all forms of social media at Ty Matthews PMA. For once, this is the only show I'm doing for probably a while. So
Okay.
just tune in Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Pacific and come join us.
Oh my gosh, we're
Yay.
so lucky to have you.
Yeah, what other shows?
Guys, I'm Joelle Monique. You can find me all over the internet at Joelle Monique, every week at blackgirlnerds.com. Tomorrow morning on Collider Videos doing movie talk, and every Monday at 5 p.m. with Kari Lane, where we do Animation Weekly.
Yay! And you all can find me online at Kari Lane, that's Karidlane, and you can find me here. I'm like, hold on. Sundays is Box Office Breakdown, where we talk about what movies came out over the weekend. Monday is Animation with Joelle, and then Marvel TV News after that at 7. Tuesdays is Horror Movie News. Wednesdays is obviously This Amazing Show, and before this is Vikings, which is almost ending, which is crazy. Again, thank you so much for watching. Follow us online. Reach out to us. What were your thoughts on the episode? Leave comments down below. Thumbs up, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Hashtag Questing Bitch Face.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.